Hi gang, and welcome back to Farm Bureau Foodies. I'm your host, Anna Genesi, and today we get to celebrate the amazing food on our plates produced by our local farmers, ranchers, and dairymen. We're gonna team up with Chef John Surla, and we're gonna try squab. Yes, that's right, you might be thinking, I haven't had squab before, but this dark meat that's known as the meat of kings, I'm willing to give it a try. So allow me to introduce you to Chef John Surla. Now you probably have heard John's name before. He is the owner and head chef at both Fina's and Surla's here in Stanislaus and San Joaquin County. Chef John, what are we making today?
Today we're making a grilled squab with freshly roasted Brussels sprouts, fingerling potatoes, and applewood smoked bacon.
Yum. Now, how did you come up with this recipe?
Well, when I started cooking in '95, a lot of fine dining restaurants were into squab, and it was a delicacy, and when I first tried it, I fell in love with it.
Very good. So walk us through this process.
Okay, so here we have our squab from California, Squab Producers. Here I got a mixture of some fresh herbs, and I'm just gonna rub a little bit of this mixture on both sides.
So tell me a little bit about, looking for local ingredients when you're putting together these meals. Why is that so important for you?
When I worked in San Francisco, when I worked in LA, when I worked at Disney, all our products came from the Central Valley. So it just made sense when I moved to Modesto to cook right at home.
So what's our next step now?
So now we're gonna go off to the grill. You wanna cook it to a perfect medium rare. Here I'm going to take applewood smoked bacon, the minced garlic, just chop it up, pre-roasted Brussels sprouts. And then here we have some roasted fingerling potatoes. And take the squab, place it right on top, and we bake in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes.
Where did your love of cooking begin?
My love of cooking began with my mother. When I was a small boy, my mother would cook parties at the home every Saturday, and I'd help her prep, and we'd have anywhere from 20 to 40 cousins over.
Gosh.
My mom would need help prepping, so that's where I learned how to peel my first piece of garlic or dice my first onion. My mother taught me, so.
Wow. This looks amazing. So when folks are at the restaurant and maybe they haven't tried squab before, what are some of the ways that you sell them on ordering this?
Mainly grilled. I have made them in raviolis.
Oh.
So I do a nice mushroom and squab ravioli with a sage
that
cream
sounds
sauce.
really good.
Here's the sauce. Just pour it right on top. And that's your grilled squab.
Okay.
Roasted Brussels sprouts, roasted fingerling potatoes, and applewood smoked bacon.
And the final step. Let's check this out. I'll take this guy here. It doesn't taste like poultry.
It's like filet mignon of the skies.
Wow. Well, thank you, Chef John, for letting us invade your beautiful kitchen. But we know, gang, this meal doesn't begin here in this beautiful kitchen. It begins with our local farmers, ranchers, and dairymen. So come with me, we're gonna go meet with Josh with the Squab Producers of California and Tim, a 5th generation grower, and learn more about where these beautiful poultry comes from. Hey gang, here we are in this beautiful farm in Stanislaus County. We just wrapped up with Chef John Surla, where we enjoyed that uncommonly good poultry, squab. But we know that those amazing meals don't begin in the kitchen, they begin here on our local farms, ranches, and dairies. And that's what brings me here today to introduce you to Josh and Tim. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming. So Tim is a local farmer, he raises squab, and then Josh is actually a squab grower himself now, but works for the Cooperative for Squab Producers. So Tim, tell me a little bit about your family's legacy on this very farm.
I believe my mom's side of the family started here in 1907.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think I'm the 5th generation on this farm.
And when did you start raising poultry?
When I was a senior in high school, my dad and uncle decided I needed to learn some responsibility. And they were raising game birds at the time. And the Squab Co-op if you became a member, they would process pheasants for them.
Okay. So this is probably a great time to ask Josh, tell us what that means. What does it mean to be a co-op and a membership-based organization?
Yeah, that's a great question, Anna. So as an agriculture cooperative, what that means is we have an organization of 65 independent family farmers who all come together, just like Tim and his, who all come together to join resources.
Okay.
And what that provides is really the best of both worlds. So on the one hand, you get small, honest family farms, and on the other, you get a modern, state-of-the-art packing facility.
So tell me a little bit more about that. I know that you guys really pride yourself on your ability to process these really fresh poultry. Tell me a little bit more about the investment you've made there.
Yeah, so all our poultry is processed all natural and residue-free, whether that's from the farm all the way to the fork. In terms of the processing facility, in 2009, we actually won the Pioneer Award from the California Poultry Federation for our air chilling system. And for maybe you or some other users have never processed or never prepared squab. They don't know what to do with it. So all our packaging has a QR code that says scan me for recipes.
Yeah,
You just scan it and we have a whole recipe database on our website.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for your dedication to animal agriculture here in Stanislaus County and your time today to educate all of us.
Well, thank you for allowing us to tell our story.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks. Hey gang, thank you for joining us for another episode of Farm Bureau Foodies, where we get to celebrate these amazing farmers, ranchers, and dairymen. I hope you join us next time on our next episode. And before we wrap up, a huge shout out to our sponsors who help make these episodes possible.